So last week, Crucible of Storms opened up with two brand new raid encounters. The first encounter for that raid we're going to be talking about tonight. Specifically, we're going to be talking about a mistake that one of my players made, how I handled it, and what we're going to do moving forward. So for those of you that have not, for whatever reason, have not done Crucible of Storms, I want to tell you how the first encounter goes down. There are two dudes in the encounter. There's a big guy, there's a little guy. Big guy is going to be picked up once the pull happens by one of your tanks. It's going to get, a number of debuffs, whatever you guys feel comfortable with. We're doing 3. Tank B is going to grab them, 3 debuffs. Tank A is going to grab them, 3 debuffs. Bounce back and forth. Easy enough. However, the little dude is going to be picked up by one of your ranged DPSers. In the case for my guild and my raid, one of our mages is going to pick this dude up. Now, he casts an AoE ability centered on the ranged DPS that picks him up that gives like 450% additional threat to the person that gets hit by this ability. Obviously, you only want your ranged DPS, your ranged tank, to be getting hit by this. Now, on Heroic, there's additional things to think about. If you get this ability and it then wears off, you have to deal with some type of, I don't want to call it a mind control, but it's essentially a mind control where you cannot participate in the encounter for, I don't know, however long. Basically, you're sat out for a little bit. And we had an issue where, for whatever reason, one of our seasoned raiders happened to be crisscrossing, again, I don't know why, but crisscrossing through our ranged tank on attempts on this dude. And we had a little issue where the ranged tank called him out. He said, why the fuck are you running through me? I've seen you do it 3 or 4 times now. You're getting this debuff. You're getting killed. You're getting, you're causing issues. Why are you doing this? This ranged DPS said, I'm not doing that. It's the other guy. It's the other guy that plays the same class as me. It's totally not me. So, easy fix for this. Check the logs. We've talked about, on my series, talking about Warcraft logs, about logging things, that Warcraft logs has a replay function. There's a replay ability. We pulled it up and we played through the encounter, and sure enough, this dude was running back and forth right through when he was getting hit by that tanking ability, and sure enough, he was also getting it. Called him out on it. Here's the deal. The dude was right. You fucked up. It needs to be fixed. Now, we could have handled it a very different way. Called him out. He could have bucked it. He could have disagreed with it. He could have, whatever. Now, I respect the dude in that he did say, okay, I screwed up. I made a mistake. I recognize it. My bad. I'm responsible for it. Won't happen again. And I can respect that. I really do respect that. And I was having a discussion afterwards with one of my singular officer at this point, where he said, how do we want to handle this situation? And I said, look, here is my perspective on it. And I want to share this, 4 minutes into recording this video. This is what I want to share with you guys. He made a mistake. This raider I don't want to say very seldomly makes mistakes, but this was the first time he had made this mistake. Let's not harp on it. Let's not crucify this guy on this one singular mistake right now. It's his initial first time doing it. Let's back off a little bit. However, if he does it again, if we come in here next week and he's doing the same shit, then we're going to hammer him down. Because he should know better. He's already been called out once. And that's kind of how I like to do things, right? Now, there's obviously extenuating circumstances. We can't, every single, situation can't be the same. But if I'm able to point out a failure, point out an issue, and you take responsibility and you're fixing it, I'm cool with that. Right? I've talked to some of my raiders, thinking about other times where this has happened, where we have a list of issues. Let's say you're a low DPSer, and I tell you, Here's a list of things from the logs, from WoW Analyzer, from Wipefest, from all these different resources that I need you to fix. I don't expect you to fix all of them, but I do expect for you to make meaningful progression towards fixing. Well, let me take a step back. I don't expect you to fix all of them in a singular night. I do expect you to eventually fix all of them. But I want you to make meaningful progress towards fixing them each and every night, right? I've told my raiders before, I don't care if we don't one-shot a boss, right? That's not what this game is about. But I don't want to see us sit at 80% for a whole night. I want us to make meaningful progression. Let's fix those issues and stop making that one mistake that we made 5 polls ago. That we fix that we come to an understanding about why we're making that mistake. That we're running in front of our ranged tank and we're causing ourselves to become mind controlled and be thrown out. And now, there's less DPS going out and it throws everything out of whack because you didn't know about this one ability. Let's fix those issues. And that's kind of how I like to do things. And I just figured, it popped up last week and I wanted to share it with you guys because I think it's a much calmer way of handling a situation where there's a failure in the raid, right? Where you have time to fix it and you can fix it and not everybody's pretty chill, pretty calm about it. You can fix it. So that's the way I would handle it. That's the way I did handle it. We'll see next week how it works out, and you guys know the deal. Like it, hit that like button. Didn't like it, let me know. And until next time, guys, I'll see you.